And welcome back to Talk of the Town. And we're talking Ultimate Frisbee next. Did you know that we have our own team right here in Madison? They're called the Madison Radicals, and I have with me the general manager and coach, Tim DeBile. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
I love talking about your Ultimate Frisbee team, and I got to say the pictures are so fun to look at of your games. So this is a professional Ultimate Frisbee team, and you're competing in the Midwest Division. We've met with you before, so some of our viewers might be familiar with you. And your season started in April. So how did that home opener go?
Good. So we went on the road a couple times, and we went 1-1. We actually had our first loss in the regular season in a couple years. Last year we went undefeated, and the year before we only lost one game. And then we had the home opener on Saturday night here. We set a record regular season attendance at 1,300 and came away with a win, but it was a lot closer than we thought against the Chicago Wildfire. So I think the division's gotten a lot harder this year. There's a lot more talent, and so it's going to be a little tougher season for us, but I think we're still going to finish first in the end.
Okay. Wow, a nice record group. You guys have some really enthusiastic fans, too.
Yeah, no, Madison has really embraced the team in a really cool way.
All right, so how do you feel like the season's going to go? It's going so far.
Well, I mean, last year we went 14-0, and right now we're 2-1. So you know, we already lost one early in the season. So in some ways, maybe it kind of helps make the rest of the season easier. So we're hoping that we don't lose again, and we can make it all the way to the championship weekend again.
Is your team really similar? I know you had tryouts in January. Is it similar to?
Yeah, we lost a couple guys to retirement. We added a couple guys. We added Marquise Mason, who is a wide receiver from the Badgers. He's an interesting prospect. He hasn't really played a lot of ultimate, but you know, he's got wide receiver skills, so he's turning out to be a pretty good player for us.
Again, you're making me think of the photographs of these really elaborate leaps and catches that are really exciting to see. Speaking of excited, so you've got a game with Pittsburgh coming up. Talk about when it is and how you're feeling about it.
Yeah, May 20th. So Pittsburgh is usually the team that we have to beat every year to make it to the championship weekend in the Midwest or win the division. And I think it'll be the same this year. Minnesota got a lot better, too, and that's who we lost to up in Minnesota. But I think that was a little bit of a fluke in us playing bad. I think it'll come down to us in Pittsburgh in the end. So that's going to be a really exciting game. It's Saturday night at Breeze Stevens Field, May 20th. Tickets are $8. Kids 12 and under are free. It should be a really good time, and I really hope we get a lot of fans out to support us in that one.
That Minnesota game, you can maybe blame on the weather, because it was probably like 25 degrees and your hands are numb.
It was really wet, really windy, difficult conditions to play in, for
sure. So your game is, or all of your games here in Madison are at Breeze Stevens, you said.
Yep.
Really beautiful venue, and the night games are especially beautiful, I think.
Yeah.
So May 20th is the one against Pittsburgh. You said it's at 6 p.m. And tickets again, you said?
$8, $7 in advance online, or 12 and under is free as well.
Okay, so if folks want to get those advance tickets, they go to?
RadicalsUltimate.com. They can actually still get season tickets as well. There's a sort of mini season ticket package for 6 tickets, plus a golden ticket to bring a friend. And we'll sell those right up until the Pittsburgh game, and after that, then it'll all be just single game tickets.
Okay, got it. That's good to know. So speaking of your fans, what else do they have to look forward to this season?
A lot of the same. You know, the Mallards run our concessions, so you know we're gonna have good food. The Chocolate Shop is one of our sponsors, and so there's ice cream. Ale Asylum is also a sponsor this year, and so they have a couple taps going at the game. You know, it's just a fun atmosphere. Stadium is beautiful. It's great for kids, it's great for families. I think if people who come out usually come back. So for us, it's just getting more people out and making sure they have a good time.
Learning that you're even here.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are a really amazing team.
Yeah.
And we're pretty proud that you're here in Madison. You got that going. So I don't know if you want to talk about the championship games from last year. Last year, you guys had a tough loss. You had a great season and lost that last game. What's going on for the championship? Where is it going to be this year?
So this year, the championship is in Montreal.
Really?
Yeah, so people are pretty excited. We've made it all 4 years. We've won the division 4 years in a row. This year, I think, would be special just because it's kind of a unique location where people haven't been before. You know, 1 year was in Chicago, 1 year was in Toronto, 1 year was in San Jose. So those are all, you know, places people have been a little bit more. I think Montreal, there's only a couple guys on the team who have been there, so I think everybody's pretty excited to make a run and get to the championship this year. And they also have a huge fan base. The Montreal fans are pretty similar to Madison. And so they draw really well, and I think there'll be a really good crowd for that game.
That'll be a wild game.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, we're out of time. Thanks for chatting today about it. Good luck with the home opener. If you want to join in, it's May 20th at Breese Stevens Field. And we'll be back with more Talk of the Town right after this.